students, in the previous video lecture, that is part 1 of chapter Locomotion and Movement, I explained locomotion, movement, types of movement, muscles and mechanism of muscle contraction. In this video lecture, we are going to study about skeletal system. Skeletal system consists of framework of bones and few cartilages. Bones and cartilages, these are specialized connective tissues which play a significant role in movement. The matrix of bone is hard due to the presence of calcium salts, while the matrix of cartilages, this is pliable due to the presence of chondroitin salts. In adult human, total 206 bones are present in its skeletal system. These 206 bones are grouped into two categories, that is axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. The bones which are present along the central axis of the body, it forms axial skeleton. Total 80 bones are present in axial skeleton, while the bones which are present at periphery or the bones which are attached to axial skeleton and present at its peripheral region, it forms appendicular skeleton. Total 126 bones are present in appendicular skeleton. So, we can say 80 bones of axial skeleton and 126 bones of appendicular skeleton, total 206 bones are present in adult human being. If we will deal with axial skeleton first, so we can say how 80 bones in axial skeleton is distributed. Here in the chart you can see axial skeleton, that is the 80 bones, these are categorized into three groups, that is head bones, bones of thoracic cage and bones of vertebral column. In head region, total 28 bones are present. These 28 bones of head, it is grouped into three categories. The first one is skull, second one is ear ossicles and third is HYOID bone. In the skull, according to NCERT, 22 bones are present. These 22 bones, due to the presence of 8 bones of cranium and 14 bones of facial region. So, we can say 8 cranial bones and 14 facial bones together form skull. Total 6 ear ossicles are present, which includes 2 malleus, 2 incus and 2 stapes. So, 2 stapes, 2 incus, 2 malleus, altogether 6 ear ossicles are present in head region. HYOID bone, this is unpaired bone, single, that is only one in number. In some books, ear ossicles are included in skull bones. If ear ossicle included in skull bone, the total number of bones in skull becomes 28. While according to some book, skull consists of 29 bones. This 29 bone is due to altogether cranial bones, facial bones, ear ossicles and HYOID bone. But according to NCERT, it is given skull consists of 22 bones, that is in the skull only 2 sets of bones are included, that is cranial bones and facial bones. Fine. So, skull, ear ossicles and HYOID bones, these bones are present in head region together called head bones. The another set of bones present in axial skeleton is thoracic cage, which is also called rib cage. It consists of total 25 bones. Here, one sternum and 12 pairs of ribs, that is 24 ribs together forms thoracic cage. The third group of the bones in axial skeleton is the vertebrae of vertebral column. In adult, total 26 vertebrae are present in vertebral column. These vertebrae, according to position, grouped into 5 categories, that is cervical vertebrae, thoracic vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae, SACRUM and COCCYX. Total 7 cervical vertebrae are present in neck region. 12 thoracic vertebrae present back to thoracic region. Back to abdominal region, total 5 lumbar vertebrae are present and 1 sacrum and 1 COCCYX present in hip region. So here 7 cervical, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, 1 sacrum, 1 COCCYX, all together 26 vertebrae present in vertebral column. So here 26 vertebrae of vertebral column, 25 bones of thoracic cage, 29 bones of head region together forms axial skeleton. If we will study in detail the skull bones, which is 22 in number, categorized into 2 categories, that is cranial bones and facial bones. So here cranial bones, as I told before, consist of total 8 bones. These 8 bones, it forms a bony box. That bony box is called cranium. Cranium, it includes cavity, and in that cranial cavity our brain is present. So brain is protected by cranium, and cranium is formed by total 8 cranial bones. These 8 cranial bones are distributed like, it consists 1 frontal bone, 2 parietals, 2 temporal bones, 1 occipital, 1 sphenoid and 1 ethmoid bone. The 14 facial bones includes 2 nasal bones, 1 vomer or mesethmoid bone, 2 inferior conchae or turbinal, 2 zygomatics or cheek bones, 2 lacrimal bones or tear bone, 2 maxillae which acts as a upper jaw, 1 mandible which acts as a lower jaw, and 2 palatine which forms roof of buccal cavity. So all these total 14 bones present in the face region. The 14 facial bones and 8 cranial bones together 22 bones in skull. If we will include 6 ear ossicles in this, the number will goes 28. If we will include HYOID bone also, the number will goes 29. So accordingly, the total number of skull bones are given 22, maybe 28, maybe 29. Ear ossicles, these are present in middle ear. Total 6 ear ossicles are present, which are of 3 types, that is malleus, incus and stapes. According to shape, these bones or ear ossicles are also called hammer, anvil or stirrup. Malleus is also called hammer, incus is also called anvil and stape is also called stirrup. 1 malleus, 1 incus, 1 stape in 1 middle ear. Like this, the another 3 ossicle in the another middle ear. These ear ossicles, they helps in hearing. Stapes regarded as smallest bone of body. In head region, 1 HYOID bone is also present. HYOID bone, this is shoe-shaped or U-shaped single bone present in neck region above larynx and below mandible. This is the only bone in human body which do not directly articulates with other bone. It provides support to base of tongue. Vertebral column, which is also called spine, consists of 26 vertebrae which are grouped into 5 categories, that is cervical vertebrae, thoracic vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae, sacrum and COCCYX. In adult, human vertebral formula is given as C7, T12, L5, S1, CO1 is equals to 26. While in children, the human vertebral formula is given in the form of C7, T12, L5, S6, CO4 is equal to 33. It means in younger children total 33 vertebrae are present. This 33 counting, it is because of separate counting of 5 sacral vertebrae and 4 coccygeal vertebrae. With age, 5 sacral vertebrae fuse with each other and it forms single sacrum. Like this, 4 coccygeal vertebrae fuse with each other and it forms one COCCYX or tailbone. So, the number of vertebrae, it comes 26 in case of adult and 33 in case of younger children. In adult, the length of vertebral column is about 70 to 72 centimeter. It supports body weight, it gives body balancing and provides surface for attachment to the muscles. It consists of 4 curvatures. These curvatures are called cervical curve, thoracic curve, lumbar curve and sacrococcygeal curve. It gives passage for spinal cord to pass through it. Human vertebrae, they varies in shape, size, but all vertebrae they have same basic plan. Typical vertebrate consist of body or centrum and different types of processes. Its body, which is also called centrum, is thick, solid and it provides axial arrangement of consecutive vertebrae. In between centrum of successive vertebrae, cartilaginous intervertebral disc present. In front or below of centrum, a space is present called vertebral foramen. Through it, spinal cord passes through. It consists of spinous process or neural spine which project dorsally. The different vertebrae, these are articulated with each other due to the presence of articular process which is also called zygapophysis in the form of superior and inferior zygapophysis. It consists of laterally arranged radiating transverse process. There are different types of vertebrae according to nature of centrum. The vertebrae may be acylous, heterocylous, amphicylous, procylous and ophistosylous. If the centrum is flat at both surfaces, that vertebrae is called acylous type. This type of vertebrae is found in all the mammals. If the centrum is asymmetrical, that vertebrae is called heterocerous. Heterocerous type of vertebrae found in birds. If the centrum is concave at both the surfaces, that vertebrae is called amphicylous. An amphicylous type of vertebrae found in fishes. If the centrum is concave anteriorly and convex posteriorly, that vertebrae is called procylous. And procylous type of vertebrae found in frog. If centrum is convex anteriorly and concave posteriorly, that vertebra is called ophistosylous type of vertebra. Ophistosylous type of vertebra found in salamander. The first vertebra of vertebral column is called atlas. Atlas, it is ring-like vertebra which supports globe of head. Atlas, it consists of large neural canal and reduced centrum and transverse process, as you can see in the diagram given in this. The second vertebra is called axis. Its odontoid process is characteristic feature which articulates with atlas by hyoid joint. Axis, it consists of short transverse process and bifid spine. By observing the diagram, we can say the centrum of thoracic vertebra is heart shape and its transverse process, it gives articulation to ribs. Lumbar vertebrae are largest and heaviest as well regarded typical vertebra of vertebral column. Sacrum is formed by fusion of 5 sacral vertebrae. It is inverted V-shaped and laterally articulates with innominates of pelvic girdle. Sacrum is heavy and longer in male than in female. Sacrum consists of 4 pairs of transverse foramina through which arteries, veins, nerves gets passed through. COCCYX or tailbone is the ending of vertebral column. It is formed by fusion of 5 coccygeal vertebrae. It is small, triangular and pointed and regarded as vestigial bone in human body. Thoracic cage is formed by 1 sternum and 12 pairs of ribs. It protects heart and lungs. Thoracic cage enclosed dorsally by thoracic vertebrae, ventrally sternum and laterally by ribs. Its sternum, it is dagger shaped, also called breastbone, while in birds it is called key bone. Sternum consists of manubrium, body and xiphoid process. Manubrium, it is also called episternum or head. It laterally provides place for articulation to clavicle. The middle part is called body or mesosternum. It is the longest part, have notches for articulation to ribs. The last part, the xiphoid process, which is also called xiphisternum, it is lowermost and reducing part of sternum. 12 pairs of ribs are present, which ventrally articulates with sternum and dorsally with thoracic vertebrae. Human ribs are bicephalic because of the presence of 2 head-like facets through which it attaches with thoracic vertebrae. Ribs, these are C-shaped and grouped into 3 categories, that is true ribs, false ribs and floating ribs. First to 7th pairs of ribs are called true ribs. Ventrally these ribs are attached with sternum and dorsally with thoracic vertebrae. 8th to 10th pairs of ribs are called false ribs, which is also called vertebrochondral ribs. These ribs ventrally indirectly attach with the sternum through attaching with cartilaginous part of 7th rib and dorsally attaches with thoracic vertebrae. The last 2 pairs, that is 11th and 12th pairs of ribs, are called floating ribs. These are very small in size and only attach dorsally with thoracic vertebrae. So, 25 bones of thoracic vertebrae, 26 bones of vertebral column, 29 bones of head, total 80 bones are present in axial skeleton. I hope you understand all these points very nicely. In next video lecture, we will see about appendicular skeleton. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.